You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is our latest Game of Thrones reaction video. Today we are reacting to Season 4, Episode 9, The Watchers on the Wall. And of course, like always with Game of Thrones, I am joined by my co-host Tyler. Hey Tyler.
Hey, great to get back into Game of Thrones after the last couple episodes. I've endured a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
I know that episode nines are usually pretty big in Game of Thrones. I've learned that. Now we're on season 4, so I'm hopeful that this is gonna be another exciting episode.
And we just experienced a shocking, gruesome death. So let's see what episode 9 has in store for you after
Yeah, I
that.
mean,
It's episode 8, huh? And this week, our special guest joining us is Brett from BAMTube TV. Hi, Brett.
Hey there, folks. Happy and excited to be here. Always love these collaborations, and I love Game of Thrones, so I'm excited to see you guys are right. The penultimate episodes of the seasons are always the biggest, so let's see what we can spoil Tyler with tonight.
I'm learning. It's 4 seasons in.
Well, Brett, why don't you tell us a little bit about your history with the show before we get into all of this?
Sure, cool. Yeah. So it was something originally. I first started watching it, I believe, in grade 10, and it's because all of my friends watched it and they tried to get me into it. I wasn't a big fan, but eventually I did fall into the trap and I caught up before the start of season 4, I believe.
Oh.
And up to this point, I've now watched the show like 2.5 times. So I watched it, caught up to season 4, watched the rest live. Then right before season 7, my girlfriend wanted to watch it. So we caught all the way up before season 7. And then we tried to catch up before the divisive season 8, but we didn't make it all the way through. But I'm a huge fan of the show, despite its flaws and whatnot. I still am of the same mind that it's one of the best shows ever made. So, anytime I get a chance to revisit any episode, it's an exciting evening for me.
Perfect. And actually, sometime last year, around the 1-year anniversary mark, I had Brett and Alex Madden on to kind of revisit season 8 as well. So,
Yes, I do recall.
if you want to hear mine and Brett's thoughts a year after the finale, you can go ahead and check that out. But we're not here for season 8 yet. And we're up to episode 9 of that better season. And it's coming off the heels of the Wildlings taking down Molestown, where Gilly had been staying with her baby. Thankfully, Ygritte spared her life and just told her to stay quiet and in the corner so she wasn't killed. But that puts the wildlings pretty much right by Castle Black. Then we see Samuel and John, as well as their whole little ragtag team, Pip, Gran, and Ed, discussing the wildlings marching towards them. Samuel just distraught, thinking that Gilly is probably dead and he's the one who put her there. But basically just trying to prepare without Sir Alistair's help, because clearly he's not interested in helping any idea John has. So Grey Worm spying on Missandei out in the rivers, but we soon learn Missandei doesn't seem to mind, and their little flirtatious romance starts to blossom. All of that cutesy stuff before a little bird from King's Landing arrives to give Sir Barristan Selmy a scroll from season 1, pardoning Jorah Mormont for spying on Daenerys. So Sir Jorah is forced to come before Daenerys and admit that he was spying on her, and it gets him exiled. Not killed, thankfully, but she exiles Jorah out of her Queensguard. Then we see Reek go to the Ironborn in Moat Cailin, pretending to be Theon Greyjoy and telling them, surrender now, and Ramsay will be as fair with you as he's been with me. Unfortunately, they don't really understand what that means. So their leader doesn't want to do it and gets himself killed because the others think they'll be spared. And we soon find out once they have surrendered, Ramsay flays all of the Ironborn in his typical fashion. But for his deed, Roose Bolton names him an official Bolton, giving him the family name as they march into Winterfell to take their place as the Warden House of the North. Then we see Sansa lying to save Littlefinger when he is put on trial for the death of Lysa Arryn. We learn that she thinks she understands Littlefinger more than she does these other people, so that's why she chose to side with him instead of them. But Littlefinger is going to now try to toughen up Robin Arryn and make him an actual Lord of the Vale, while Sansa unveils a new, darker look as she seems to be trying to play Littlefinger's games. So,
Dark Sansa.
Yes, Dark Sansa has arrived. Then the Hound and Arya actually arrive at the Eyrie while Sansa is still there, and they are notified that Lady Lysa Arryn is dead, in which Arya laughs. There's nothing left to do but laugh, because yet again, Arya and the Hound arrive at a place literally days, moments as her family is dying. So now they're turning around, going somewhere else. Where else? Who knows who the Hound is going to try to sell her to next. And then finally, the big event of season 4, episode 8, Tyrion's trial has arrived. After this quite interesting story about their cousin and beetles, and his trial by combat commences with Oberyn fighting the Mountain. Oberyn is very confident, giving us all a big show, and actually takes the Mountain down with somewhat relative ease, all with his poisoned spears along the way. However, he needs that confession, and he needs that confession to be linked back to Tywin Lannister so that he can get ultimate justice for his sister and her children. Unfortunately, he was asking for that confession a little bit too close in proximity, and the Mountain swipes his legs out from under him, does confess to killing and raping his sister and her children, before literally just crushing Oberyn's head in. And thus, Cersei gets her kicks to that. And Tywin announces that Tyrion Lannister has been sentenced to death. And that is where we ended off on episode 8. Yay!
And because of that, Pedro wears a helmet now.
Yes, now Pedro keeps the helmet on. R.I.P. Oberyn. We all loved you, and we did not like seeing you go down like that.
I was not a fan. I still am not upset, actually.
That leaves us pretty wide open for this episode. The Watchers on the Wall tells you where we will probably be spending some time today. So let's go ahead and get into episode 9. However, maybe this will be the last time we see Winterfell up in smoke, since the Boltons are moving in.
Right. Yeah, it's going to get an upgrade, I guess, for better or for worse.
Yes, for better or for worse. That's right.
There it is.
Still in smoke for now.
Yeah, we will rebuild you, Winterfell.
How big were the feet? What do you want me to say?
Samuel's asking the great questions.
To have someone. So you and Gilly never? No. She just had a baby.
Samuel is respectable, John.
And she also never gave him the chance.
Yeah.
What's it like?
Relentless, I'll give him that.
I mean, he's just curious, I guess, if we're all going to die. That doesn't look pleasant.
I know you never fucked a bear. You know you never fucked a bear. Right now, I don't want to think about the bear you never fucked. Anyone else tries to kill him, I'll have an arrow for them.
All right. Ygritte's obviously still very angry.
Just a little upset, just a touch.
And what is it that couldn't wait until morning time?
Master Aemon just up here jump scaring people in the middle of the night.
You, thousands of books, and no eyes to read them.
Mm.
Old age is a
That's very sad. I have a bad feeling about Mr. Aemon once these wildlings come to the wall. I don't think he's going to last very long.
What are you talking about? He's a top tier fighter. Look at him. That's all
He's
muscle under that cloak.
He's blind. What is he
Well,
going to
look-
do?
You know, Daredevil's blind-ish,
Yeah.
sort of, you know.
I guess. I mean, if he pulls out some Daredevil moves, I will be vastly impressed.
Mr. Aemon shooting to #1 on their character ranking if he pulls out them Daredevil moves.
Honestly, absolutely. 100%. I mean, I've liked him before.
I was very young.
Who was she?
Samuel gets to just learn about everybody's sexual escapades.
Yeah, honestly.
How we met.
She's alive.
Who cares what Thorn said?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sam!
Ooh, shit.
He means business when it comes to his woman.
Sam ain't
Damn.
playing games today.
Samuel. You kiss your mother with that mouth?
Damn.
Sam was the OG romantic.
Well, based on what's about to happen, it's probably best that she didn't come back.
And- oh, here they go.
Oh no. I'm nervous. Shit's getting real. It's wrong that I want him to die.
Not at all.
Like I know we're gonna have this big battle, but I especially want Sir Alistair to not make it.
I mean, honestly, at this point, John has nothing to lose. You should just push him over. You're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
we lost him in
Oh,
battle at
no.
some points. I'm not sure what
Turn-
happened to him.
Just turn your back and push him.
Well, at least he just admitted John was right.
In their final hour.
And I get to go on wishing you Wildling Hall had finished the job.
Like you wouldn't be tempted to push him off at that point.
Exactly. Oh, just a little kick. That's all. That's all it would take.
You'll be safe down here. I'll check
Will
on
you,
as soon as
though?
I can.
Why not? You won't matter up there. You will down here.
That's rude.
I'm a man of the night.
Oh,
Yay!
Ooh,
Well, he's like, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna at least get this.
exactly. The one thing, anyway. One of the few questions answered.
Yay! All right. Well, it's been fun, Samuel.
It's a little nervous. Just a little bit. Don't
Yeah.
worry. It's only imminent death. You need to get so worked up.
You've got lots of weapons and things. Yes. Well, I'm not nothing anymore.
Yeah.
Confidence. Looks good on you, Sam.
Emma just all over the place this episode.
Right. He's been kind of the star of the episode so
Better
far.
watch out, Samuel. We know she can shoot an arrow. She's over here spotting you.
Yeah, she's coming.
Leftovers. I got a big fat one, little body one.
Oh no.
How rude. Nobody has any faith in Samuel, it seems like, based
None at
on everyone's
all.
comments. All right, here we go.
Oh.
Good luck, I guess.
Wow, that is a big ass wall, though.
They're in
They did such a
danger.
good job at sort of capturing the scale of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I've
massive.
always found that about this show. Did a very good job at that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those. Well,
Giant on his mammoth.
I mean, how do you defend against that? I mean, like, come on. He's already giant, let alone on a mammoth.
Another thing Sir Alistair didn't believe John was telling the truth about.
Yeah, well,
See
look
now,
at you
sir?
now. Mm-mm-mm. They only got one?
Oh,
Yeah, that's all they can afford. Two giants, one mammoth. They ran out of points. That's
I was
it.
just looking at like the shot where when they were panning out, and I didn't see any other mammoths. Oh
Gran.
no.
Oh, it's a Helm's Deep moment right there.
Mm-mm.
You have fantastic accuracy.
Yeah, might want to actually shoot some of those arrows.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh,
Here
we
we
got
go.
one. Oh, well, there we go.
ooh, Egret said, "Let me grab this flaming arrow."
I'll take this. Up, and she hits
Thanks
someone
for the
too.
weapon. Wow,
Meanwhile,
Egret is just like mowing them down.
She's dodging, she's ducking and
shit.
weaving.
She's like,
All
"No,
right.
I'm a much better shot than anyone you have up there."
She's very angry, so I imagine that is her driving force. They don't have anything to cut their ropes.
Brothers, tonight we fight, and when the sun rises, I promise you, Castle Black will stand. The Knights will stand.
He is an asshole, but he does give a pretty good inspirational speech.
That's his best moment of the whole show.
Yeah.
A
I
good
mean,
speech.
all
Honestly.
right. Ooh. Ugh.
Come on, Pip. What you got?
Yeah, just like, let's leave.
Yeah, runs.
Oh, well, maybe I'd run too if I saw a behemoth of a man torment coming at me.
Yeah, that's fair,
Yeah.
actually. That's
Yeah.
fair. This
Yeah,
seems like the
I'm
best
out.
option.
Bears,
I gotta
so-
go.
Ooh.
Run, Samuel.
Oh, that guy did not. They're just gonna let the giants with the mammoths just chill back.
Now they're coming.
Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. You're in danger. Now, realistically, is there any reason why the giant would be riding the mammoth? Like, does he
Doesn't
need
wanna
to
walk?
ride the mammoth?
He's tired.
No, but it looks really cool.
It looks badass. I'm just thinking, I think it'd be cooler if he just walked with them.
Yeah, practical, not necessarily, but it looks really good.
That mammoth is probably stressing.
Do you think your cold steel's gonna stop them? No such thing as giants.
What?
What? Look straight ahead, boy.
He knows what he's gotta do.
Gren said, we have to get this man away from this wall somehow, so we could actually do something.
All right. Yeah.
Because I made that clear. I think they're in a bigger hurry than you were.
I guess he's got a point there.
Oh,
Yeah,
my.
that's fair. I'll give him that one.
Did you want this job, Tyler?
Well, like,
So,
I don't think
like,
so.
A suspended archer on the wall?
That
How
sounds
long
nuts.
would it take them?
A while.
Like, you know, is that even a threat until like 4 hours from now?
Yeah, we'll see you in a couple hours.
Oh my
You make it.
Yeah. That did well.
I love that the giant has a giant bow and arrow.
He said, bloop! Oh!
Holy shit.
Go, go!
Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh!
That guy's got it the worst. Whoever that
Yeah,
whoever that
Oh.
guy was.
Oh, God.
I spoke too soon. I spoke
yeah,
too
maybe a
soon.
little too early.
Maybe him. Those are the top two. Run away, child.
Yummy.
Ygritte going around looking for anybody that looks like Jon Snow.
She said, curly black hair, you did.
Yeah, she's there for one reason, and one reason only.
Ooh.
Oh,
Not the boiling water.
Ah,
they improvised.
We're doing tables now too. Ooh.
You ain't ready,
Jesus.
man.
Time for you to die, my boy. Let's hopefully hit somebody
Oh.
with these. There we go.
there we go. Good start. He's so proud of himself. I love it. Now do it again.
Yeah. Up. No, Ygritte, no.
Not so lucky.
Oh, Pip.
Poor Pip. Just had his moment in the sunlight too. Finally hit his first shot.
Oh, he had
Ygritte.
at least he had his triumph right before.
Exactly.
Ygritte went. If I'm gonna kill everyone that looks like Jon Snow and Jon Snow's friends. You're next, Sam.
Sam, stay down.
You're in danger. Oh, we're pulling like a Donkey Kong up here. There it. Well, he needs business now. that giant climbs that wall, I'm gonna lose my mind. Well, he definitely
Exactly
means
why you want a
business.
giant on your team.
Hold the gate. If they make it through.
Ooh. I think it's like the most I've seen Sir Alistair do.
Yeah, for real.
Well, is he gonna go fight Tormund? Is it wrong? I mean, I should be rooting for Sir Alistair, I imagine, but I'm not.
I mean, oh, oh,
Ooh. All right, this is getting good.
oh,
Ooh, never mind.
Eee.
oh,
Roll away.
just said, okay, I'm out.
Sam getting in on the action.
I don't know. I'm like, what is Sam gonna do? Oh shit.
Oh, that guy saw that big boy, and he's like, I'm coming right after him.
Uh-oh.
Yeah!
There we go.
Right in the face.
Beautiful shot.
Get me to the top. And when we give the signal, bring us back down.
Go put the kid in danger.
Honestly, the kid's traumatized watching everyone around him die. And he's like, listen, here's what you're going to do.
Finale! Fight them!
He's a child.
Yeah, fight them. Like, yeah. You're what? You're 10, 11? You can hold a sword.
Whatever. He has a vendetta. Channel that anger.
Mm.
Stir,
Child
he's the
gonna
one
do?
who killed your parents. Oh!
Oh!
when
Maybe
having
he
a
has it the worst.
when having a mammoth goes terribly wrong for your team.
We don't like team kills.
The friendly
That
fire
one
was
being
indeed turned
dragged
on.
behind him. No! Oh, okay, you can
Ooh.
kill the giant. Leave the mammoth.
All right.
Nice.
Let him
Bye-bye.
leave.
Bye-bye, giant.
Oh, he's
For
pissed.
something that was as hyped up as giants, they go down pretty easy.
Yeah. Oh, the other one's a little angry now.
Oh!
Well,
Oh, good
Well,
job, you
Another team
dumbass.
kill.
friendly fire on both ends. Yep,
Oh.
and there he goes. Oh, bye-bye.
Oh, shit.
Perhaps we should go fight him while he is holding the gate.
Yeah, like right now he seems pretty, unable to defend himself. Just go chop at his.
No.
Oh, never mind. You fucking
No,
lost
too
your
late.
chance.
Too late.
Well,
Yeah, let's just talk. Let's not
all right.
shoot
Well, these
arrows
guys
at him or
deserve
throw
to
stuff
die.
at him.
Yeah.
Just letting
Let's
him
let him
run.
Let him run at us. That's the good move. Well, R.I.P. I guess.
Yeah, I don't think it ended too well.
John had to make his dramatic entrance. He couldn't wait for the elevator to go all the way down.
Superhero landing.
Yeah.
Oh!
Ooh. John is pissed. He's already taken out more people than Sam has.
It's a very nice continuous shot, though. They did this one so well.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting this crazy wonder across the entire
Yeah,
castle.
still going.
We need you, boy.
Yeah!
That's Sam
Unleash.
Shaw.
Go, Ghost, go!
Release the hounds! Ooh.
But stay safe, Ghost.
Oh, well,
Oh my
I think he's
god.
alright.
Tarmin just getting shot and still fighting.
Yeah, he don't care, apparently.
Oh yeah.
He's just eating people. Uh-oh.
What's Yiga gonna do when she sees this?
He's like, I'm on the
She
move.
caught it wind. She heard something.
Uh-oh. Run!
Oh, shit.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, God.
No, no.
Shit.
Oh, John, over the fire.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Mm.
Sweet lord.
Well,
It's quite a headache.
Yeah, a bit of a headache. Yeah, a couple extra strength Advil. You'll be all right, buddy. Walk it off.
almost found himself killed there for a second.
Oh, well. What you gonna do?
With the truth.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Ooh.
all right.
Coming in clutch.
I'm. Well, at least they got to see each other, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
We'll go back there.
Just had to get that one last you know nothing in there. Oh, well, R.I.P.
Good while it lasted.
At least they got to meet one last time. I can't believe that little boy just gave the head nod and everything.
Yeah, just a little like nod of approval, a thumbs up while you're at it.
Click of all the things. Man, they're still climbing that damn wall. The war's gonna be over by the time they get over.
Yeah, is that the sun coming up?
Oh.
All right. I didn't know they just had like built-in traps in the wall. That's interesting.
Anchors. Oh.
Well, you better move. Ooh,
Oh shit.
Oh, Jesus.
that's all that's
Well,
left.
just
It's an arm.
perfectly placed anchor, exactly where they all were.
All right.
Uh-oh.
He's got like arrows all through him and everything.
We'll question him later.
All right, you're a prisoner now. Enjoy.
Uh-oh.
Oh God. He was
What a
someone I was
brave
expecting
soldier.
to die.
You going to kill him?
I'm gonna try.
We're going to let you within 100 yards of him.
What's your plan?
Yeah, you got a better one, Samuel.
Yeah, they didn't do half bad for themselves.
It was a draw. They killed him, but they died too.
Most of John's little fan group dead now.
Yeah.
Poor Gran.
Like I know them, but I forget some of their names.
All right, John.
He's just gonna walk, I guess.
In case I don't come back.
You're gonna need that sword. Now he must walk. All right. What an
There we
episode.
go.
So very
lot of
similar
carnage.
to season 2, episode 9. We got just a pure battle episode here. We
Right.
stayed in one place. There we stayed at the Battle of Blackwater and King's Landing. Here, stayed at the wall the entire episode long. Didn't worry about any of the other stories right now.
I know. I kind of figured I'd like to see the aftermath of like Oberyn's face being bashed in, but I guess that'll wait till next episode.
Tyrion's life still hangs in the balance.
Right. Stuff like that.
So, episode 9, The Watchers on the Wall. A very fitting title as we were watching The Watchers on the Wall try to defend it at all costs against wildlings, against giants, against mammoths, the whole bit. Now, rewatching this episode, one, I don't think the score for this episode gets quite as much love as it should. It gets overshadowed by some later pieces in some of the coming seasons. Seasons themselves may start dwindling, but his scores are just still like top tier. But it was a great score. Also, we were talking about it since he fell off a cliff when he tried to direct Hellboy. It's one of the best directed episodes, at least to this point in the series. Some of the shots, the cinematography, they went all out on like budget, I think, for this episode because everything looked really good. Going over plot points, the plot point of this episode basically is
Giant
battle at the wall. Battling the wildlings at the wall. So we saw Janice Slint show his true colors yet again. Tyrion already done ran him out of King's Landing because of this type of mess. And here he is at the wall again, hiding with Gilly and the baby. Sir Alistair, though, a little bit better. He had that great speech. He was out there battling. He battling pretty much almost to the death with Tormund.
Tormund was the MVP. He was by the end. He had like a bunch of arrows in him. He was still kicking, trying to fight people.
Yeah, Tormund is a beast. We get moments of Gilly still being alive and being reunited with Samwell. Yay! We see Ghost for the first time in a while, maybe for the first time since he was set free. And then, of course, we get that moment with Ygritte dying in John's arms after little Ollie shot her.
With his nod of approval.
And gave his like this
You're
like
welcome.
heartbreaking moment because he's like trying to make them proud and be like a good Night's Watch guy. Samuel told him pick up a weapon and fight them, but at the same time we're like, oh no, that's like the one person maybe we didn't want you to kill.
Indirectly, it was
You
Sam's
have
fault.
You have no reason to know this, but this is the one person we kind of would have maybe liked to live tonight.
If Sam had not told him to pick up a weapon, he wouldn't have killed her. Indirectly, it's Sam's fault.
Yeah, Tyler, how did you feel about episode 9? What were some of the big things, the favorite moments, all that jazz from this episode?
Oh man, I mean, like I feel like the whole episode was such a blast. It's probably one of the more like fun, I guess you could use the word fun, exciting episodes that I've seen so far. It's like from top to bottom, you know, the battle in general. I mean, I also think just because of the expectations of it, because we have been anticipating it for so long, and then we finally see it unfold, and it's about as insane as one would expect. You got like wildlings, mammoths, giants on mammoths, giants using giant bow and arrows. And then you got like, of course, the other tribes as well, along with the wildlings fighting against the Night's Watch, and it was really intense. I mean, there were some moments where I was shocked at like what actually transpired. Like I think the big shocking one, I think for me, was when that giant with that bow and arrow hit that guy, and he got launched like super far. That was a shocking moment for me. But I mean, there's a couple other ones that were surprising as well. I know we already talked about the direction as well, like that whole wonder as we went across the entire castle as everybody was fighting. That was actually really impressive, just visually. But yeah, other moments that stuck out to me, of course, we already mentioned it, but Ygritte getting arrowed to death, I guess. I was actually kind of sad. It was kind of one of those things because like I do like kind of like the character. And I guess I was anticipating what their reunion was going to be like. I mean, I guess I would have liked to have a little bit more time. Maybe they would have an argument or two before Child murders her. But I guess we at least had that one last tender moment. At least they got to reunite in some shape or form, since that was kind of her whole goal, was to go there and kill Jon Snow. And then she kind of hesitated and then I guess bit the bullet because of it.
I don't know if she would have been able to do it again.
I mean, that war, it was intense, you know, just from all aspects. Well, you know, from either sides of the wall, he got like traps inside of the wall that swing down and take people out. That was a surprise to me. I didn't think
who knew that was there.
Yeah, like I was like, all right, we have actual traps in the wall. I felt bad for those people because they were climbing the wall for probably like 3 hours.
All that effort just to get smushed.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was a pretty great battle all around from every side. You know, everyone who's involved with the battle. As we saw different people, it's, you know, we had some surprise deaths other than Ygritte as well. Some people along the wall, lots of Jon's friends. Oh well, I guess. At least Samwell
made it.
Yeah,
he didn't die.
I guess it's just unfortunate because then you realize that it's indirectly his fault that Ygritte died. Yeah, Gilly.
If he had just let that boy cry in the corner, he wouldn't have picked up that arrow.
I just got so much humor out of that moment, and then he's just like, like you're welcome.
So Brett, how did you feel about episode 9? Some standout moments, all that fun jazz.
Honestly, I think at this point I might sound a bit like a broken record, but I agree with everything that the both of you said. I think the thing that I like the most about these episodes of Game of Thrones is the fact that they don't try to throw too much at you. Like you said, I feel like it would have been too much and would have taken away from the battle if it would have been intercut, going back to see what happens next with Tyrion and going back to see the aftermath with Oberyn and all that stuff. It would have been too much for the episode, and we would have lost a lot of the focus on what was otherwise an epic battle. So I really do enjoy that aspect of it, and all of the Game of Thrones battles. I find they do a really good job at that, at keeping the focus on what you want to see, essentially. And again, the direction too, like both you were saying, and the score as well. I think the score is the number one thing that's been consistent throughout the entire series for sure. But yeah, the direction of that episode too, and again, like Tyler had pointed out, the wonder, it's something that you didn't really expect, because the episode, it's very well shot overall, and I found the choreography for the battles is good, because sometimes you can pick out little people in the background. You can tell like, oh, those guys aren't fighting, or oh, he completely missed there or whatever. But the choreography all the way through this episode, it was great. Hits, they looked impactful. They had the blood spraying everywhere. So it was a very well shot battle. It was intense. It was in your face. I like how they always kept the focus there on Castle Black and the wall and everything that was going on. There were plenty of surprises, and overall, I think it's definitely up there among the best episodes of Game of Thrones.
Right. Yeah. I agree, actually. At least at this point in time, 4 seasons in, for me.
Yeah. It's one where even people who really enjoy more of the political intrigue, or people who enjoy, the conversational episodes, the really dialogue heavy episodes, also tend to really love this one still, even though it's just a battle episode, because there's just so much character in it still. We still do get those like fun moments, like with Maester Aemon and Samwell. Maester Aemon, I believe, survived. We didn't see him, so we didn't see anybody kill him, Tyler. So
he went somewhere off screen during the battle. I don't know where.
But we also did not get Daredevil level action with Maester Aemon
Sadly.
either. So it's a double-edged sword that he didn't get spotted again.
Next battle will be his time to shine.
But this episode, we lost 4 recurring characters that we had like named and knew. We lost, as we said, Pip got shot by Egret. What made his kind of more sad probably than Gran's is that it happened on screen, and we saw him just like shot through the neck and then bleeding out, like gasping for air, and Samuel's
final
arms.
Moments.
Yeah, and like him and Samuel's like, oh. So that was him. And then Gran, his also was a little bit more heroic because it was that little band of guys going down there to take down a giant together.
A stalemate, but they did their job.
And John kind of felt like he knew when he sent him there, and Gran acknowledged this is probably going to be a suicide mission. Then we lost Stir. Hallelujah, we lost Stir. He's been terrible pretty much since the moment he came in. I mean, it's great. That battle was brutal. I almost would have rather Ollie killed him, but then who would have killed Egret? But
I was gonna say, I feel like that would have been more appropriate for him to kill him than Ygritte, but I don't know.
The way he was like, yeah, I'm about to eat your mom and dad. Yeah, oh, great. This man is horrible. What a brutal, that was just like so brutal. Like when he smashed John's head into that anvil, I was like, oh, damn. And then as we mentioned a few times, our final loss of the episode was Egret. But Tyler, that means season 4 will will be the last time we have all these random Night's Watch people on our character ranking. The Night's Watch randos will be cut down starting next season in season 5. Unfortunately, Janus Lint lives on. So he gets to still be as part of the randos up at.
Well, hopefully not for much longer.
Gilly should have just killed him.
Yeah, beat him up while he's in there. Why not?
Tyler, you have any? I guess it's hard for predictions just based from this episode. So we're just going to do predictions for the finale. So we didn't see anybody else's storyline. We now know John is heading beyond the wall to go talk, kill, betray, whatever you want to call it, Mance Rayder. Then obviously we have to come back and circle back to Tyrion and the fallout of Oberyn's death. Daenerys has just exiled Jorah, and we did not know what happens to her after that. And Arya and the Hound are going places
somewhere again.
So what are your predictions on what's going to happen in the season 4 finale, Tyler?
I guess first of all, we're going to figure out what's going on with Tyrion now that he lost. I guess I don't know what's going to happen since he lost. Hopefully he lives, I guess, at least. I mean, because I know that's kind
a bit optimistic for this show.
Yeah, that's kind of that's the extent of my predictions. I hope he lives.
Tywin does not seem to be a sentimental father. I don't know that he's going to have much mercy because it's his son.
I will be intrigued to see where the Hound and Arya go, since they're kind of just off in this terrible corner, in the sense that, like, where do you go from here? Because every time I take you somewhere, your relative dies before I can get rid of you. So I don't know. I feel bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love their story. I think they're great characters, and I like seeing them together. But I do wonder where they're going to wander to next. I guess what is the next step for them? Same with what's his face, Podrick, and Brienne. They're just off doing their own thing at this point now too. A lot of people are just wandering off, just doing their own thing. I haven't seen Bran in a while. Where the hell's he been?
Yeah, we haven't seen Bran. I'm trying to remember the last episode. I think it was episode 2 when he had that visions, when he touched the tree and had those visions. I think that's the last time we saw Bran.
Yeah, where the hell's Bran? Where the hell's Bran? Where the hell's Rickon and Osha?
Rickon and Osha. We don't know. They're out there somewhere.
Emilia Clarke. always great. Hopefully, we get to see a little bit more of her in the finale as Daenerys. I don't know where we're gonna go with Daenerys and the crew. No Jorah, so that's kind of a bummer. Hopefully, Jorah finds his way somewhere with some. And I don't know where he's gonna go. I guess he's just kind of gonna be a nomad on the land.
His whole life these last 4 years has been Daenerys. He knows no other life.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't know where do you go from here? Like, when you revolve your whole life around serving Daenerys, and now you aren't allowed anymore. I don't know. Maybe he'll go find his way to Westeros or something. I don't know. I don't know where the Boltons and all of them are going to go and Reek with. I guess they're going to be in Winterfell. I don't know what is going to transpire in Winterfell.
All right. So then let's move along to fave and least fave characters. So it's a little bit difficult with this episode, but do you remember, Brett, your fave and least fave characters up through this point in the series, season 4, episode 9? Because I figure this episode is like Jon and Samwell.
Right. Yeah. Honestly, I could still go with those two because I remember those were always among my favorite characters in the show. I was always a huge champion for Samwell to somehow end up on the throne in the end.
Yeah.
And Jon Snow, it's the hero story, right? He's the underdog. Gets sent away from his home and everybody hates him and he's just trying to do good by everyone. So they've always been my favorites anyway. So I'd have to go with them for this episode or for the show up until this point. Least favorites, God, there are so many.
And this show, always.
Yeah, I don't know if I could even say just one. I mean, it's all the obvious ones, right? I mean, you hate them, but you love to hate them, right? You could say like, I know he wasn't in this episode, but like Ramsay, love to hate him because one of the best villains, I think, in television. Same thing goes for Cersei. But yeah, I don't know if I could focus on just one because there's so many characters that this show does such a good job at making you absolutely despise.
Yeah, we have a very complicated love-hate relationship with Cersei here on these reactions.
I do. I especially do.
Tyler particularly has a very complicated relationship with Cersei.
I can't help it. I can't. I'm sorry.
I mean, you have eyes. What can we say? All right, Tyler. For this episode, who were your faves and least faves?
I mean, Jon Snow, I guess, is my fave out of like who's left in this episode. I mean, out of the Night's Watch, it's either the Night's Watch or the Wildlings and the cannibals and the giants. I guess I don't really. There's only so many options. Yeah, Jon, Sam. I think those are probably the top two. Was it Gren? Gren had a good moment. He had one last hurrah before he went out. So I guess I'll include him.
No love for Tormund?
Tormund's great too. I just don't know how I feel about him yet because he's kind of in the middle.
It's like no love for him and all them arrows in him.
I do commend him for still fighting with all those arrows. I guess the placement of the arrows, he's big and strong enough to take all those arrows and still get kicking because you watch Ygritte get shot through the heart and she died by one. I mean, Sir Alistair was okay in this episode, but he was still kind of a jerk. So I wouldn't put him in the category of people I like.
Yeah, that first speech moment, that like pep talk with Jon was still shady as F. So we were still like, you know what? Yeah, push him over.
That's how I felt. Even
it
when
was
he was
his best episode, but the best for him is still like.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean though, because it's like that fight he had with Tormund. I'm like, I guess I'm supposed to root for Sir Alistair, but like I like Tormund more.
It's tough, yeah, it's tough to root for him.
So as far as least faves, Stir, I guess, is probably number one since he was always a horrible, gross individual. Sir Alistair, I mean, I don't think I don't think I put him in my least faves this one episode. He was there though. He's in the gray area. I guess that's kind of it. I mean,
can't forget Larry's favorite though. You know who I'm talking about? Come on, Janos Slint.
Yeah, I was gonna put Janos Slint in there, Tyler.
I mean,
cowering in the basement.
He was literally so stupid that he looked down at the field and said, "Giants do not exist." He's literally so dumb.
I was gonna say he didn't really do anything that would make me hate him in this episode, but his stupidity should get him in the hate category. Just because he didn't have good vision, he didn't see the mammoths or the giants or the giant that was on the mammoth.
One of the dumbest, like really, sir. Maybe we should throw you off the edge too. Actually, don't send him down. Just push him over the ledge.
Yeah, I mean, I guess those are like the least faves I can think of, because I mean, I'm indifferent towards Ygritte in this episode, at least in this specific episode, because like of course, like I liked her a lot as a character, and they did have that sweet moments, but like she was also like adamant, I'm going to kill Jon Snow. So it's like, I don't know, because he was like, I like the relationship, but it's just a sad way to see how it turned out.
Fellow Ollie, his little head nod didn't get him into your tops.
I mean,
you loved that head nod.
I just thought it was so bizarre because it's like this like shocking moment, and he's like, "Yeah."
It cuts to him just a little nod up at the end.
All right. Well, that was it. That was our reaction and discussion for season 4, episode 9, The Watchers on the Wall. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on all of my latest videos, including each and every one of our Game of Thrones reactions. And of course, you're not going to want to miss season 4, episode 10. One of the craziest finales yet. I'll just say
Oh boy. Lucky me.
But thank you so much, Brett, for joining us for this big battle episode. Where can people find you?
Sure. And first off, thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor and a pleasure to join both of you on this one. As to where you can find me, I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that at BAMTube TV.
All right. And Tyler, where can everyone find you?
Well, if you're not already watching the Game of Thrones reactions, you could also find me on Larry's channel reacting to Daredevil, because we are about halfway through the season, first season now.
I think so, about halfway.
So we're almost there.
And it's exciting news about Kingpin just came out, so that makes those Daredevil reactions. Well, I think it's still a speculation. I'm not 100%, but
well, he liked the tweet. Like,
yeah,
Vincent D'Onofrio liked the tweet, so
heavily rumored.
So technically rumored, but it seems those Daredevil reactions just got a whole lot more relevant to the MCU. So
Hannah and I have been telling you, Larry, we've been like, of all the like, you had to watch Daredevil, at least of all of the Netflix shows that they're going to keep the people from. It seems like evidently, at least for now, it's going to be Daredevil people, at least, barring them adding in other people that we don't know about yet. But as far as other places you can find me, you can search up my name on YouTube and find my channel where I do reviews, reactions, and all that jazz. And also, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at It's Tyler Calvert.
Perfect. And of course, make sure to join the discussion. What do you think of season 4, episode 9? Do you agree it's one of, if not the best directed episode up to this point in the series? Do you also agree that this score is highly overlooked? And all of your other thoughts on the deaths and the action in the comment section down below. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.